I've been in mad scientist mode all night long. No, not all night long. For a little while. With this, I have stability issues. I have an issue with my pivot point after not too much use will start to wallow out. I have stability with my blade back and forth with this configuration at the moment. But the good thing is I can make a little teeny tiny circle. I mean, it's adjustable down to a very small circle. Now, the issue with this is I have great stability, but I don't have such a small I don't have such a small finger in my eye. I don't have a small circle making capability. So I may have come up with a way to modify this to give me the small circle cutting ability of this. And in order to do that, I have to do this. Alright, let's take a look-see here. Okay, a couple things. Didn't go down far enough in here. There is some tear out up there. And then down here, we went through almost all the way, but not quite all the way. Alright, not bad for a first test. So, you know the whole saying in testing is test and then test again. So guess what? We're going to test again. Okay, I'm going to attempt to explain my thinking here on how I have changed this. My problem with this initially was the fact that my pivot point was originally about here, and that would have been the circle would have been too big to eventually cut the inside of my sound hole. So that was my issue with that. So what I've done is I've notched out this area here. In fact, let's do this. I have notched out this area here. My pivot point is going to be wherever I want it to be, basically. But the first thing I had to do was I had to open up a notch so that I could get this piece of wood in. If I want my pivot point to be here, I could actually just use this the way I want it to. Anywhere from here out, I can just use this piece here. But if I need it to be closer, then what I've done is this is a flat piece of wood, and this just allows me to do this. If I need my pivot point to be inside, if it needs to be right there, then I can do that. Because what I've done is I've moved my anchor for the pivot point. Now I put these back in. And then I can now anchor this to this. So now this all becomes one solid piece. This will of course be tightened down. So now I have a little teeny tiny circle. You know, if I wanted to, I can make my little teeny tiny circle like really teeny tiny. I could make it like that. Or I can cut another piece of wood, or I can just flip this around, re-drill this hole to the very end, and now it's even smaller. So that's what I've done. Now there's a couple of there's issues I have to deal with. One, as you heard in the test, is the chattering, and I don't know if that is me routing too much at one time, routing with an incorrect bit. This is a 1/4 inch, this is just a regular 1/4 inch router bit. There's nothing fancy about this. I don't know if I need a special kind. I don't know if I need an 1/8 inch router bit to help get rid of that chatter. I'm imagining I'm going to have to do it in multiple passes instead of just one pass. And luckily, what I did was I was able to go down to my local hardware store, my hobby store, and get these 6x12 pieces of 8-inch birch plywood. Now I know it's not the same type of wood that I'm going to be cutting, and I know that it's plywood, so it's got some glue and it's got some grain disparity in there. So once I get this kind of zeroed in, I've got a nice long piece of basswood that I can get 4 more blanks out of, and then maybe get that kind of down to a if not a science, at least a fairly well educated effort. And we'll see if we can't get this, get all this done. So that is what I came up with in the middle of the night, and I mean it was literally middle of the night, and everyone was sleeping, so I couldn't even do anything about it. But so yeah, here we are, the modified Dremel plunge router circle cutter thingy. I'm sure there's I know there's at least one better way, probably 2 or 3 better ways. If you see something here that you think that I could change or that I could do, drop me a line, write me a comment, something. I think I'm on the right track here, but we'll see. Thanks for hanging in. Keep checking back. Cheers.